Hello friends, this is Margaret from Alabama Prepper. Thank you for watching my channel today. If you haven't subscribed to us, please do hit the notification bell so you'll know whenever we put up a new video. Today I started, and I saw it on Girl in the Woods, the starter that she has. Now, I've been feeding mine about 3 days. She said feed it for 7 days, but we're gonna go ahead. I think it looks like it's working good. I mean, it smells good, but I'm gonna go ahead and make some bread out of my starter today. So anyhow, I fed it about an hour ago. It's active, it's ready to go. So we're going to get a cup of our starter out of here. This is really pretty, y'all. A cup of our starter. And we're going to get a cup. I don't want to lose any of that. It looks so pretty. We're going to get a cup of warm water. And we're going to put that in there. And I'm going to move this out of the way. Now, I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 tablespoon of salt, I think is what she said. I'm just going to do a heaping tablespoon of salt. And I think that's it. Salt, sugar, yeast. We're going to put in We're going to put in 1.5 tablespoons of yeast. This just helps it get started. And you know what? I think I'm just going to do all the yeast. It's not much more than a tablespoon. So I'm just doing a whole pack of yeast. See? All right, we're going to mix this together. We're going to start adding flour. Now, I'm using bread flour. I have found out that this recipe does a lot better with bread starter. With bread flour. When I started my recipe, I started with bread flour. And I've also started a recipe with all-purpose flour. And my all-purpose flour just didn't do good. So we're going to start, this is half cups, so it's 1/2 cup, 2 1/2 cups, 3 1/2 cups. So we're going to do 3 1/2 cups to start with. So that's 1.5 cups of bread starter, of bread flour. I'm sorry. We're using bread flour. We're doing, I put in 1.5 cups of bread flour. So now I'm going to go ahead and do 2 more. So that's 2.5 cups of bread flour. And you want it, it's hard to tell how much flour it will take. You just have to play with it till it gets to the right texture to be able to put it on the table and knead it. You want it to be stiff enough. You don't want to put too much flour, but you want it to be stiff enough that you can play with it on your table. So let me see. I think I've put 2.5 cups of bread flour in it, so this feels pretty good. So let's move all this out of the way. Now I have cleaned my table good. I wiped it down real good. we're going to add some of our bread flour. Put it on the table. We're going to take and put our dough on the bread flour. Get all of it out of it. Okay, I'm going to move this back out of the way because we're going to need it again. So we are going to start kneading. Now, if it feels real tacky, you want to add some flour to it. It is still kind of sticky, so I'm going to be adding some flour to it till I get it to feel like I like it. Now you need to knead it. It needs to be kneaded for about probably 6 to 8 minutes to get it to the texture that you're gonna want it. I have used this recipe before. It makes great pizza crust. I take it and divide it up and put it in little plastic bowls and put it in my refrigerator. So when I get ready to make a pizza, I just take it out and make my crust. It has the best, and it does good with fritters. I've made fritters and I've seen several on YouTube that makes the fritters too. But what I'm going to do today is I want to make some garlic bread. So I'm going to make some garlic bread, or attempt. I haven't done it before, but I'm going to make some garlic bread out of mine. So that's my plans today, is to try to make the garlic bread. We don't eat a lot of garlic bread, but my son's family eats a lot of garlic bread. But I wanted to see how it done, with the garlic bread. So that's what I'm gonna try today. I'm gonna make a loaf of garlic bread. I'm probably gonna put some back to make a pizza with, and I may do my husband some fritters for breakfast in the morning. So we're gonna try several different things. But using the bread flour is a little bit more expensive. But like I say, I've tried this recipe with the all-purpose flour. It just, for me, it does not do good. It does better with the bread flour. You try it and you decide which you like the best, which is the best for you. It has the best texture. I like to have the dough on hand, so when I decide to make a pizza real quick, all I have to do is just get my little bowl out of the refrigerator, and you don't really have to even let it come up to room temperature. It does great. It's the best that I have found for pizzas. Okay, I like the way that looks. That looks real good. So we're going to take our bowl that our dough was in. I have some olive oil. So I'm going to, I think I am. I'm going to put just a little bit of olive oil in here. Spread it around in my bowl. Put my dough in there. And make sure that it's greased good. Then we're going to put some plastic wrap on it. Very loosely. Don't put it on there real tight, because I have found it just doesn't rise as good. Gonna put it there, and then we're going to put a cloth over it, and I'm gonna set mine in my oven. I cooked dinner a while ago, and my oven is still warm, so I'm gonna set mine in my oven, and as soon as it rises good enough, well, I'll be back. Okay, our bread has about doubled in size. It's been, I put it in the oven about 2 hours ago, I guess. So it's took it about 2 hours. So we're gonna mash it down. And we're gonna put some more flour on the table. Knead it out a little bit. I love the way this feels. It feels so good. Okay, what I'm going to do now is, because I want to put back some to have for pizza, I'm going to take, let's see what I'm going to do here. I'm going to take this and divide it into about 3. My cutter's out on the grill, so cut that off. This, I'm going to put it back whenever, if I want a pizza, or if I want to fix up some fritters. And then I'm gonna take, and I'm gonna do the same thing to this one. I'm gonna divide it in 3 different portions. I'm gonna put this one back for fritter or for whatever I want. So this is gonna be our garlic bread. We're going to do this one into our garlic bread. I really should have done 3 or done 2 different things of it, and just double the recipe for what I wanted to do. But if you put these in the refrigerator and then you decide you want a pizza, just take it out and you can leave it out for a few minutes, and I have done it and didn't leave it out at all. So I have some melted butter here. I'm going to add, probably I'm going to add a teaspoon of garlic powder, garlic salt. It's garlic salt. And I'm going to put about a half teaspoon of oregano leaves in it. Now, if you have suggestions on what would be better, just let me know. I'm up for suggestions. So we're gonna put some of this in the middle. I melted my butter. I could have just not melted it. All right, we're gonna take this and we're gonna fold it up. It'd probably been better not to have melted it, just stirred it up, because it's making quite a mess. I'm gonna spray there, and I'm gonna add just a tad of olive oil. I'm gonna take my bread, and I've got it in my pan. Like I say, I melted my butter. It would have been better probably just not to have melted it. It wouldn't have made nearly the mess. But it's okay, I can clean it up. So I'm gonna spray this. I got a fly. And I'm gonna cover it back up. I'm gonna set it back in my oven and leave it till it doubles in size. And then I'll be back with you when it doubles in size. Our garlic bread is done. We took it out of the oven. So we are going to try. I should not have my good. Needless to say, I should not have melted my butter before I put it on here. So anyhow, we're gonna put what is melted. I put it back in the refrigerator, and we're gonna cover it. So if you like garlic bread, this is a good way to make you some homemade garlic bread. I'm glad of the way it turned out. If you want to make you pizzas, try it. For your pizza crust, I put two portions of it back in the refrigerator so that we can have pizzas when we get ready. So anyhow, hope you've enjoyed our video, and stay tuned for more, and God bless.